Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear.
She was born and bred in Nashville, but she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. Giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. She says I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama mama fought cancer while she was searching. Stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw summer's name and felt the heart of week and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard us the best in her sadness rose, she prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy. She says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones on her, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. She said, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones of her. She's got a caring heart that won't be turned.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hello, Chuchi. Hello, Miss Sharon. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Love seeing you here. I hope you're all having a happy Christmas Eve so far. Happy holidays. All of it. All the things. I hope you're all blessed. It took me forever. I was trying to get some stuff done and I just could not get a thumbnail to save my life to work. I just couldn't. But it's one of those days, I think it was some of that chocolate pecan pie I just had that I didn't really need. I don't know what it was, honey. My nerves was tore up. Hey, Shorty. Hello. Welcome in. Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas to you and your family. I hope you're all doing well today. Um, Welcome in. Hey, y'all doing anything special today? All that cooking going on? What's going on with y'all today? You got all your gifts wrapped? You're ready for Santa tonight? Is the children ready for Santa? All those things. Are they ready? Because ready or not, it's coming. It's coming. I'm still getting packages in the mail my son had sent here for his son and daughter, and I am like, whoa. So y'all might be hearing some dogs bark or whatever, but what's new? What's new around here? Look, I wanted to play y'all a Christmas song this morning, and I just couldn't get it together, honey. I just couldn't get it all up here. So I'm going to share it, and I'm going to play. Now, how would it be Christmas without the Grinch? I just want to know, honey, because some people is the Grinch for sure. So how would it be Christmas without playing that song? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. I know, right? I'm so ready to say goodbye to 2025 and embrace what's to come in 2026. Lord, honey, you and me both. And I swear, I hope 2026 is a lot better than 2025. 2025 has been crazy. It's been a madhouse. And I hope we all have some peace and all the things. I'm trying to see over in this one right here. I hope everybody is. I'm not trying to ignore. I clicked on it, so I'm not trying to ignore. Hey, Millie. Hello, hello. You're a Grinch. I'm a Grinch this year too, Millie. Don't worry about it, honey, because I am a Grinch. I've been a Grinch all day, actually. I had to go have my card turned off, and then they had me to go to the bank and pick up another one because I had a charge on there I wasn't supposed to have. I'm like, who wants to be doing all this on Christmas? So my son comes in and he's like, are you going somewhere? Yeah, I went somewhere all right. I went somewhere all right, somewhere I didn't want to go. Well, I didn't know you all dressed up or whatever. Yeah, bah humbug. We got to get in the Christmas spirit in the next 24 hours, right? That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do, honey. But it's all good. We're all blessed. I thank you for being here. I was debating on whether to even come on or not. I got a big show tomorrow. I'm going to do a big show tomorrow and talk about something in Christmas past. And it's going to be interesting. I don't know yet what time I'm going to come on, but I don't know. The earlier the better. But who knows? Who knows with me? I don't even know with me. I cannot stand plans. I don't. That's why I never put up a live before 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour before I go, because I am susceptible. I am susceptible to change my mind at any time. So yeah, bah humbug, bah humbug. My traditions is to watch Charles Dickens, The Christmas Carol. I love that movie, and drink some hot cocoa. Absolutely. We got to go see some lights tonight. I actually feel like getting out, and finally got up and I said, got ready. So after I had surgery and everything, I just haven't been feeling up to par. But I am good enough to walk and get around and go where I want to go. And I want to see some lights. And whatever I do, I will share it with you. I just wanted to talk about exploring Christmas around the world today. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Please hit the thumbs up if you're watching on replay, later, if y'all don't have nothing to do and you're just bored or in the middle of the night or whatever, just hit that thumbs up, like, share, do all of the things. And let's just grow our channel and our community and help get these other stories out. And, that would be great. But I want to say Christmas does look different around all the world. It sure does. Hey, Raymond, Merry Christmas to you, and Miss Chicken Lady, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Love you both. Thank you for being here. I know everybody's busy today, so I appreciate any time that you took out to come spend with me. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. But Christmas looks different depending on where you are. It looks different around the world, so we're kind of going to explore that today. It'll be a short live, but I wanted to talk about it. Some of y'all maybe want to go to some of these places. I don't know, but I just thought I would bring it to you. It depends on where you are. Sometimes it's snow, sometimes it's sunshine. Small towns or big cities, it don't really matter. Well, first of all, how many of y'all live in a small town? If you live in a small town, put a 1. If you live in a big city, put a 2. You know, put a 1 for small and a 2 for big. Hey, wait, what? Hello, wait. Good to see you. 1 in a small town. DJ, hello, good to see you. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Choochie's in a small town. Shorty, you live in the country. I love that. Honey, that's what I need to be out. You out pew-pewing them cans today, honey? I'm just wondering. Save all the cans. Hey, them cans ain't to make money no more. They're to practice, if you know what I mean. I love the country. I do. Didn't like the country part I went to in Georgia about a month or so ago. Didn't like that. It was way too far out, but I do love the country. But anyway, it don't matter. Sometimes it's got snow. Sometimes it's got sunshine. Small towns, big cities, but the feeling is the same. It is hope, warmth, togetherness on Christmas. I thought it might be nice to do a show on this. You know, I'm a little bit different than everybody else. Oh, you in the country? I'm going to come see y'all for reals next time I go to New York. I hope there's a next time. Bless it. Last time I went was with we met my mom and brother. They flew in from Nashville and we flew in from here. Boy, I sure do miss my mom right now. I sure miss my mom. Miss her. But yeah, sure will. I love you. I love your humor, Smiley. Honey, I got some humor. Let me tell you. Sometimes it's cray-cray, but I got it. But we only have one more day, till Christmas. Tonight, everybody will be snuggled in their beds with sugar plums and candy canes dancing in their head. A lot of people will have on their matching pajamas. They'll have their puppies and their little mice in their pockets and all the things. I'm looking for Loretto, honey. She needs to come on there and she needs to read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse." Hey, lovely Janice. Hello, beautiful. But Christmas is not just one place. It's found in snowflakes. It's found in palm trees, in quiet little towns, in the country, and in big, loud cities. In candlelight, in prayer, in laughter. But we remember those who aren't at the table this year as well. But wherever you are, Christmas can find you. It's magic, you know. So, hey, y'all. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Come on in. If you're new here, don't be scared. I don't bite sometimes. If you don't know me, my name is Smiley, and this is Smiley Stories World, honey. And welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Everybody is welcome. Just get cozy. Get your cocoa, Choochie. Get your hot chocolate. Billy. Hey, Billy. I didn't turn my head. I just said, get your stuff and get all cozy. Get your coffee, get your wine, get your sweet tea, get your pies, get your ham, get your turkeys, get whatever you want, honey. Just come in here and prop your feet up. I know y'all in y'all pajamas still. Whatever floats your boat. Let's just chat and chat and chat. Yeah, now tell him what you're going to get here. She said, I know you turned your head, Smiley. Oh my God, I did not. I promise. I promise. You might even have swimsuits on. I don't know. I don't know. But come on in and hit them thumbs up here. Subscribe and let's talk. Because right now it's all about Christmas. It's all about humbugs and Grinches and everything Christmas. Oh, Lord. And how it shows up all across the United States. That's what I want to talk about. It shows up in different ways, different places, but with the same heartbeat. But let's not forget the reason for the season. Okay? Christmas is not about lights. It's not about gifts. It's not about money or decorations. It's about Jesus. The reason for the season is the birth of Christ. Hope wrapped in humility, love born into a broken world. No matter where you celebrate, in a big city or in a small town or even in the country, with family or being alone, that truth never changes. It never changes. Because Jesus wasn't born in a place. He was born wherever hearts would receive him. I want to speak on this place first. And I'm debating on whether to even drive there this evening. I really am. Honey, you don't know me. I'll just up and go in a heartbeat. But yeah, there really is. We want to talk about Christmas, Florida. Has anybody ever heard of Christmas, Florida? Because there really is this place called Christmas, Florida. There's really that place. Palm trees instead of snow. Sunshine instead of frost. But even here, the meaning stays the same. And yes, it's a real place. And their Christmas traditions are simple. They're heartfelt. Hold on, let me get the dog. So the traditions are simple, they're heartfelt, and they're very Florida style. Very Florida style. Christmas, Florida is a special rural community. It's not touristy. It don't have big theme parks. Their traditions are about community, faith, history, togetherness. It's not big commercial displays, although it's close to Orlando. But they have the famous Christmas post office there. I like little places like that. I love to explore little places like that. But anyway, this little town, Christmas, Florida, is known for every year during the holidays, during Christmas time, thousands of people from around the world, they mail their Christmas cards from there. If you blink, you'd probably miss this town. But they do it just to get the Christmas, Florida postmark on there. Volunteers come in as postal workers. They help manage the extra mail. I kind of feel sorry for them. I do. But not really, because that would be a jolly job to have, honestly. Even volunteering for just a little while. But sometimes I guess those letters and stuff to sort can be overwhelming. So yeah, in a way I do. And then on the other hand, I don't. But they sort the stuff and they're busy little F's for sure. But people think, people believe it adds extra meaning. When you get in the holiday spirit, it adds extra meaning. Like mailing a blessing with the card. And I think that's sweet. And a fun thing to do, if you ask me. They have Cracker Christmas at Fort Christmas. It's held every year at Fort Christmas there. And it's this little historical park. This is in a pioneer-style holiday place celebration. And it usually starts early in December. It's historical. Your little town is growing, leaps and bounds. I'm retired rural mail carrier. Really, oh, bless you for 30 years, and I miss the customers. I know you do. I hear that from a lot of the retired mail people. I know some in Tennessee. I know some everywhere that's retired from the postal service, and they miss their customers. So I can understand that weight. I really can. But it's a historical, and it's re-encampments that they do. It's just old Florida cracker traditions. They have homemade crafts, and I love that. They have campfires, storytelling, and just simple food. There's no flash there. It's just history and heritage. And again, I love that kind of thing. It reflects how Christmas was celebrated before all these modern decorations and all this shopping and all this chaos came with it. Instead of massive, huge parades there, they have tractors and pickup trucks. They have golf carts, all the country little things decorated with lights. That's always fun. Their local kids, local families with the churches, the veterans, they all participate in that. They get a togetherness, a real sense of everything. Santa's always everywhere. Santa often rides in a fire truck. Santa gets on the back of the fire truck and waves. It's very friendly. The neighbors know neighbors. They know each other's energy, and I love that. Their faith, it plays a big role. There's a lot of local churches that host the candlelight Christmas Eve services. They do the re-encampments, in the plays and stuff, and the community prayer, and they have the singing. The focus stays on the birth of Jesus there, not commercial Christmas. I think we've kind of lost that somewhere along the way. They stay focused and they stay grounded on the real importance of Christmas and what they believe in. But there in Christmas, Florida, you won't see snow. Not unless we did, honey, like we did last year up in the Panhandle. I don't put nothing past nothing, and God can make anything happen. Just saying. But you usually won't see snow. What you'll see is palm trees with lights. Those are always very beautiful. You may have warm evenings. You may have hot evenings. Honey, anytime you come to Florida year round, you are probably going to see somebody in their shorts, period. And I know it's a tradition here. A lot of our doctors did that. A lot of my personal doctors did that. Hey, Tammy. Hello, everybody coming in. A lot of Merry Christmas to you, Tammy. A lot of our doctors go out, and a lot of people, they go out after Christmas and they jump in the ocean or the water or wherever it's cold. They especially do it on New Year's. That's when they really do it. So there's no telling what you'll see here. But the lights are very beautiful. And you may have a hot evening. And you may get a cold evening. We've been having some cold weather here. Families are just outside together. Just togetherness. Talking, communicating. No YouTube. No, none of this internet stuff. It's just simple decorations, nothing over the top. And I think that's pretty cool and smart, to be honest with you. Smart on that light bill, right? Smart on that light bill. Quiet, peaceful, and reflective. You love being in the country? Raymond, let me ask you something. Because I did this as a little girl, even in the city. Do y'all have bats? I don't know. I haven't even seen bats in years, except in a cave. But when you was a young boy, or I don't know, did you go out to the light poles and take a white handkerchief, put a rock in it, and throw it up to the light and watch the bats? I'm just wondering in the country if you still do stuff like that. You know, boys will always be boys. I'm just wondering. Yes, bats. Yes, absolutely. They say, I don't know how true it is. They say bats can see the light. That's why they swirl around the light post. And that's why you tie the white handkerchief up, because when you throw it up, you put a rock in it, you put in the handkerchief, you tie it up, you throw it up, and when it comes back down, the bat will come back down after it. And I've seen that time and time again when I was a girl. I was in the city. I was in the city too, but we still did it. We had lots of light poles, you know, and I didn't have to do anything but step out my door. God, I miss those days. I miss those days. But Christmas, Florida, it reminds people that Christmas doesn't need snow. Christmas don't need money. Christmas don't need perfection. All the hoopla holla, all that stuff. It don't need all that. It needs community. It needs faith. It needs your heart. And I think we all need to be reminded of that. Christmas, Florida proves something important. It proves Christmas isn't about where you are. It's about who you are and what you believe and who you're with. I strongly believe that. It's a beautiful thing, in my opinion. They also remember who and what's important, and I believe that is a beautiful thing. To be a part of that community, that would be wonderful. So this little place in Florida, where the name alone makes people smile, Christmas, Florida, is there. And I'm not making that up. No, it's not flashy. And it's not because it's loud, but because it is quiet, and it quietly reminds you of something you might have forgotten. Sometimes we always have to be reminded of things we forgot, in my opinion. It isn't a town or snow or storefront Santas or all the commercialized stuff. It's a town of dirt roads, oak trees, front porches that people sit on, talk, rock, communicate, have faith. I think we all forgot how to communicate. But every December, something special happens there. Again, for those just coming in, people from all over the world, they mail their Christmas cards to this tiny post office, not for fame, not for show, but a simple little stamp that says Christmas on it. Be worth it to go there and just mail your letter back to yourself, so you would always have that. If you ever go there, don't forget to do that. But it's a word that makes prayer even, feels like prayer even when it's lands in somebody's mailbox. When they get that, and they see that stamp, that means something. Kind of like little kids that get letters from Santa from the North Pole. Again, the locals volunteer, post office workers smile. They smile a little more anyway. They sort the envelopes. They fill that place with love, at least that time right there. It's reconciliation and thinking of yous and all the messages they get to see. That might be the only card. Think about that. That might be the only card somebody receives that year. And it makes them happy doing that. I wish we still could all kind of get back to that kind of stuff, to the important stuff. And the old way, it just seems to have been forgotten. People don't write letters anymore. People don't get in the spirit. People don't do the things they used to do. We can do better in 2026. I think the world's gone to crap. But mailing our Christmas cards, being grateful for what we have, being around all of our family. Some of us have lost family. There is an empty chair. And we do hurt, especially this time of year. So gathering with family and friends that sometimes are otherwise busy through the year, not too busy for you necessarily, but with their job. People have jobs. In this economy, you have to have a job to eat. Hey, Em Blunt, Merry Christmas. Good to see you, honey. Good to see you. Let's see. We broke that this year. We sure did. Me and you both sent Christmas cards. We sure did. People need to get back to that stuff. Some people forget their where they came from. They forget, they try to fit in with this crowd, and it's not the way to be. Just always be you. Just always be you, right? Slow down some, But people are sometimes busy. So Christmas time there is a big deal for them. They get to get out. They get to mingle with people they don't see for a while or talk to. And these things are important. You can do it anywhere you live. You don't have to be in Christmas, Florida. You don't have to. Hello and Merry Christmas Eve to you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Make those phone calls. Say Merry Christmas. Don't be scared to be politically correct. What in the hell is politically correct? Where's our political goddess right now? Just saying. Merry Christmas, everybody. Just simple things. But there in Christmas, Florida, there's no rush there, no frenzy, just intention, good intentions. And again, it's down the road from Fort Christmas. History whispers, family gathers, and they did those things long, long, long ago. Nothing big, flashy, no credit cards, you know, no perfection, just warmth, story, and togetherness, and eat a little food and chow down. But simple stuff. When Christmas Eve comes, churches glow softly there. Candles are lit, voices sing familiar hymns. The story is told again, not as tradition, but as truth. A child was born, not in wealth, not in comfort, but in humility. So everyone could come. That story's told again. Palm trees might be swaying back and forth instead of pine branches. It just depends on if you get in a little breeze. Sometimes the air's warm, sometimes it's cold, but the same meaning don't change because Christmas was never about snow. It was never about the presents. It was never about how much you have. It's not about status. It's not who gets the most. It was about love, and love coming down, faith and belief. And that's what Christmas Florida gets right. That's what we should all get right. It doesn't try to impress the world. It simply just reminds us. I'm so sorry, Raymond. Bless you. Guess it popped up on my phone, a picture of me and my dad that really made my day. I feel he's telling me, yes, absolutely. Listen, I didn't say anything about this on here a few days ago, but my son in Nashville, my oldest, number one, again, we number them 1, 2, 3, 4. He called me. Hold on. He called me. I didn't even tell any of my mods this. He called me on FaceTime. We had a few words, and I thought I'm going to teach him a lesson. I'm not going to answer him or speak to him or whatever for a little bit till he, it wasn't nothing he did. It's just, sometimes he's faster than a light. You say slow down, and then he gets angry about it. I'm like, okay, well, and I didn't talk to him for a few days or a week or whatever. But this, then we start talking again. I'm like, that's my kid. What? And hold on, I'm gonna try to show y'all. Hold on a minute. So he calls me on FaceTime, and I was sitting there eating in the kitchen, and he trying to find him. When he called, shoot. God, I can't get on here without crying with y'all. I can never get on here without crying. But this is about my baby. When he called and I answered the phone, hold on a minute. Let me get this. I can't do two things at once. Hold on a minute. I don't know if he's seen it on here or not. Oh, God. Let's see. No, I think it's on the messages. Oh, Lord, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I know. Shit, sorry, y'all, because I want to show y'all. I want to get this. I want to show you how important this is. Okay, yeah, here we go. I want to make sure I get the pictures by themselves and I don't dox anybody. Although nobody gave a damn about doxing my kids before. Hold on, I'm just trying to re-snap these. These are just the ones recently, but he called me the day that he called me. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, the day that he called me, I was sitting there eating, and I literally cooked something hot and sat down and was eating. And we're talking about a grown-ass man calls me, and so I answer my FaceTime. They did it on FaceTime, and I never really answer my FaceTime. So when I answer the phone, I mean, he broke down and started crying. And I was just like, what's happened? Because, I didn't know if it was my grandkids. I didn't know. I couldn't imagine what happened. And he's like, no. He's like, I almost got killed today. And I was like, what are you talking about? So anyway, he told me where it was at up there towards Gallatin. And he was on a road by himself. There was witnesses outside. There was no cars involved. Something went faulty with the car. He had already took it in before. He flipped 10 times. He went down in a yard. He almost hit a tree. There's branches on there, but people that saw it was like, I don't know how that happened. He was at the hospital when that happened, all scratched up, banged up. Anyway, he had sent me pictures. Yesterday, they told him to go back and get more pictures. That's why you should always tell them you love them. Don't stay angry either. But this, come to find out, I think the tires, they had shred on them. Oh, getting to this, Raymond, why I got this. I'm sorry why I got this. He told me he was thicker than two thieves with my mom. And he said, I know she was with me. I know she was watching over me. That's one tire. I don't know if he had a blowout or whatever. Some of the other tires, it's just showing, he had to get pictures that showing it had the tread on them. That's where it rolled over. I don't know if y'all are even able to see that. That's a branch on it. This is after it got to the tow shop. So I could have been sitting here with any of these people today. I don't want y'all to be like that. I could have been here without my firstborn. And I don't even want to think about that. He's scratched up and banged up. He's still going to the doctor. He's kind of, well, he was hurt. He flipped literally 10 times. And then it ended up down in the person's yard. It ended up in that picture. I don't know what it's on the other thing, so I can't dig through it and keep y'all waiting, but he That's the first one he sent me. And I was like, Jesus Christ, he was worried about the tree. And I was like, oh my God, do you know how many inches you come from hitting that one car? And there was a car in the yard. And nobody knew why it happened. It just happened. But I think after seeing this, again, I don't know if y'all can see, that's the tire. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's just the tire. I don't know. I don't like to ever really put my family out here and talk on that or whatever. But Raymond, that just hit me. Your dad's always with you. I think my mom is always with us. I think she was a guardian angel to him. All of those things. All those things. You know, I don't know. But I wish we could get back to being grateful for what we have and being around all of our family, especially this time of year, just gathering with family, with friends. Sometimes they're otherwise busy. You know, make your phone call, say Merry Christmas, just simple things. Just simple things. So back to this. Sorry, y'all. Back to this. Families that go there and go down to the Fort Christmas History Whispers area or thing. Families gather there the way they did a long time ago. No huge lights. They don't use credit cards there. It's no being perfect. It's just stories and togetherness. When Christmas Eve comes there, and I remember this when I was a little girl too, you hear more about it then. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. A month before Christmas. I am so sorry. Yeah, a lot of people don't know what people go through. Hey, Brat. And again, I tell y'all, you can ask Millie, you can ask some of my closest moms that I talk to. I don't tell everything, okay? But we don't know what people's going through. We just don't know. And be kind. Be kind. And I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry for you, Andrea. Wow, 16. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, that's what Christmas Florida is about, and it don't try to ignore the world. It just simply reminds it of these things. Focus on what matters and who matters, and not just the Christmas look. We all, I think, need to get our priorities straight. I'm not above it. Christmas Florida taught me this. The smallest places often hold the biggest truths. Christmas is not something you can decorate. It's something you carry. Everyone in Christmas Florida, thank you for keeping that tradition, and thank you for that reminder, because we all need that. Now, I want y'all, maybe not today, but I want y'all to all go there, and if you can, get a taste of it. Christmas Florida is not incorporated. It's not a huge city. It does not have one single town. Listen, the address is like a city hall. It's not, they don't have all that. But instead, people come to Christmas Florida, and when they come to the mailing location, and that's the post office. And Christmas Florida's zip code is 32709. All you got to do is find that. Christmas post office is the famous post office. Also, I have their address. It's at 24985 East Colonial Drive, Christmas, Florida, 32709. Right there in the United States, right here in Florida. This is the address people use when sending their Christmas cards for the postmark, referencing that town. When they talk about the heart of Christmas, Florida, they talk about that post office. So if you find it, I encourage you to go there. There is no city hall downtown. There's no government buildings. So don't bother looking for those if you go there. For those, just follow the post office. You'll be fine. The Christmas Florida doesn't have a big city address because it's not about a place on a map. It's about a feeling. People mail all from all over the world. They get together. But I encourage you to stop. It's right by Orlando. It's not far from there. But I encourage you to stop being a Grinch and go there. Get a little piece of it, right? It's just the simplest things in life. Simple things we should remember. Now, next, I want to talk about Leavenworth. Has anybody ever been to Leavenworth? Because it's a small town, a small city, actually, in central Washington in the United States. I bet a bunch of military people's been there. Daffy, hello, Daffy dog. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody coming in. Raymond got me there in my feelings. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. I hadn't either, but from what I've researched and looked at it, I would love to go. Before I die, I want to hit every single state, every city, every town that I can before I die. That's my hope and my dream. I guess I need some money for that, but, that is my hope. Leavenworth is a small city in central Washington over in the United States here, and it's known for its distinctive Bavarian style culture. Year round, they have the alpine ambiance, and it's nestled in the Cascade Mountains. It's along a river, and they say it attracts millions of visitors annually for its festivals, outdoor recreation, and beautiful scenic setting. But their population is only about 2,400 residents, and it was founded back in the late 1800s. It was adopted Bavarian theme back in 1960s and originally a logging and railroad town named Icicle Flats, Leavenworth. Economy declined at that time after the railroad rerouted in the early 20th century. In the 1960s, community leaders reinvented the town as a Bavarian theme village. They did that to spur up tourism. Every town, every building was remodeled in Alpine style, European atmosphere, just beautiful. Look at some of the pictures if you haven't been there. Beautiful. Yeah, gotta win that billion. Actually, that's right. I need to go get some lottery tickets. Lord have mercy. You know what? Speaking of that, does anybody know why it is? I know here. I don't know anywhere else. But every time almost, knock on wood, you hear of somebody winning even a scratch off or a lottery ticket or something, anywhere here in Florida, in this entire state, it usually comes from Publix. Why is that? Is that where the rich people shop? Or I don't know. I don't know. I hope one day we can all win the lottery. But Leavenworth is always like a storybook, but more so at Christmas time. They have millions of white lights. They have snow dust top rooftops. Their church bells ring. They ring very softly. And they have Christmas carolers that fill the streets. And that's something else I think this entire world needs to bring back is Christmas caroling. I mean, how wonderful that would be, in my opinion. Churches used to go out and Christmas carol with families and friends, and families and friends would go out on their own. You know, teens would go out and they would stop. And you know, I grew up with a lady next door to us, and she walked, but she had to hold on to stuff. She was kind of crippled. And she never got out of the house. Honey, I never seen her out of the house until the day I was a little girl, until the day they took her out in the ambulance, and she never came back. But she, people like her are in the house alone. If their children don't come, what a mighty thing it would be to have those carolers go out and stand out in the road or whatever and sing Christmas carols. I think we should bring these things back. When did it stop? Why did everyone, and how did everyone get so evil? The world sure has changed. We need to bring back some of these things. But here they have a beautiful tree lighting ceremony, and that's a true community moment right there for them. They have warm treats. They have little booths set up. They give out things. They have cocoa and pastries and comfort food on cold nights. And it does get cold there, and it does snow there. It's a snowy mountain backdrop always. It frames the season perfect. Again, it's just like a storybook. But what makes Leavenworth special isn't just the beauty, it's the pause it gives you, the reminder to slow down, breathe, and feel the season again. Feel the Christmas season again. Leavenworth don't rush either. It just lets its glow and flow, and it quietly reminds us that light still finds a way through the cold. Light still finds a way through the darkness. And I like that. Now, next, we're going to talk about Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hello, honey. Now we're going to go to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. They don't just decorate Christmas. It remembers why Christmas exists. And it was founded in 1741. This town was built on faith, community, and service. And when Christmas comes there, those roots shine. They shine in the most beautiful way. When December comes in Bethlehem, something kind of shifts. The streets glow softly. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's just warm. You'll see those, is it Moravian? Moravian stars. People hang those. I know I'm saying those wrong. Y'all just bear with this girl, honey. You know, those stars, those real pretty stars, they hang them in the windows. They start hanging them early on in the windows. Remember, you can build them with paper and everything. They're just pretty. I like those. But they have a lot of homemade stuff that glows and, just handmade. People used to make things and give things and do that from their heart. Those are the best gifts in the world. Money can't buy those gifts. But Bethlehem, that guided the wise man, right? So church bells ring, same hymns that they ring for centuries, candlelight services going on. They feel sanctuaries there, but quiet, kind of reserved. The scripture is read slowly. It's not rushed. It's not shortened. Because there, Christmas isn't a performance. It's a promise to them in Bethlehem. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania is who we're talking about if you're coming in. It keeps some of the oldest Christmas traditions in America alive. They have the Love Fest, services with hymns, candles, simple sharing food. They have candlelight vigils there, honoring peace, honoring reflection. They have their storytelling with humility, not some kind of spectacle going on. The belief that Christmas should be felt, that's not rushed. Those traditions were meant for everyone, rich, poor, joyful, grieving. So yes, Bethlehem has its beauty too, and its celebration with their handmade stuff, their wooden stuff, their nutcrackers, their local crafts. They believe in supporting your local businesses and music. But even there, the heart says, we stay centered. Nothing overshadows the story of Christ there. Nothing. After all, you are in Bethlehem. For those carrying loss, Bethlehem understands. It understands quiet sorrow. And if you've lost someone, if there's an empty chair at your table, this town doesn't ask you to pretend. It invites you to sit in the glow of a candle and remember that light still comes into the darkness. We all must remember light does still come in the darkness. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania reminds us Christmas wasn't born in noise. And it was carried by light, and it was meant for every heart, especially the hurting hearts. So we've talked about Christmas towns full of lights, but Bethlehem, Pennsylvania brings us back to the reason for the season, the birth of Jesus, the light of the world so far. I just want to tell y'all, all get in that Christmas mood, the holiday spirits. The Christmas and holidays, any holidays, Christmas is hard for some people. It's not always easy on everyone. Some people rather forget it. Some people drink it away. That's not a good thing. But for many, it's sad. It's depressing because we're going through things or lost someone we loved more than anything, somebody we're missing. But we must remember there's still light. There's still hope and belief and love and faith. There's still light at the end of that dark tunnel. Let's say a little prayer. Put your praying hands in there. Lord, as we remember Bethlehem, the place where hope was born, remind us that light still enters the world, even in humble beginnings. Bring peace to heavy hearts. Comfort to those who are grieving, and strength to those holding on quietly. May love guide your steps, faith steady our hearts, and kindness shine brighter than fear. We all have a lot of fear. Let us feel your hand upon our shoulder. We remember, or we need to remember, help us remember the reason for the season, the gift of your Son, and the promise that we are never alone. Amen. Now, one of the most beautiful Christmas towns that I come across, I've never been there. I always wanted to go since I was a little girl, not to this specific town in general, just to Vermont, period. Has anybody in here ever been to Vermont? Just put a 1 in here, because I am going to be jelly. I'm going to be jelly. But there is a little place called Woodstock, Vermont. And if you think Bethlehem, Pennsylvania feels like the heart of Christmas, Woodstock feels like it's so wrapped in snow. You have, Raymond? Do you mind if I ask what part you went to? Did you like it? Give me some answers, honey. I don't know why, ever since I've been a little girl, maybe it was my grandmother having the TV on Bob Hope, and what was that show? I don't know, but I always wanted to go to Vermont. I don't know, just all the things there, just all the things. But that town doesn't rush Christmas either. These little towns don't rush Christmas. Woodstock, Vermont, it lets it arrive very gently. So picture this. You got covered bridges, all that's dusted with snow, church bells echoing. You got the cold air, horses pulling sleighs down village streets. I love it. You got windows glowing, warm candles in the window, and the world outside seems to stay still, they say. Now, Woodstock, there's a Woodstock, Georgia, too, but we're talking about Woodstock, Vermont. Woodstock's famous for its Wassaw Weekend, and that's where the town comes together with kind of an old New England, their traditions, their candles. They carol, they do their Christmas caroling there. They come, though, in their vintage outfits, and they have faith-centered celebration there. And I want to say, I love that. What I love most about Woodstock is this: it reminds you to slow down, to breathe, to remember what matters. We all need to do that. Raymond said, I got lost there years ago trucking and can't remember the place I had to go. You know what? An 18-wheeler. Woo! Yeah, going there in an 18-wheeler. Because a lot of those little towns are small, from what I gather. I don't know. Again, I haven't been there, and the mountains. One place I always wanted to go, though. I always wanted to go to the Pocono Mountains. That's where I wanted to go, the Pocono Mountains. And one day I'll get there. I'm going to get there, and I'll send y'all lots of pictures. But Christmas there is peaceful. It's not loud. It's reflective. And it feels like kind of a prayer whispered instead of shouted. This world is so nasty sometimes. But in a world that whispers and feels like a prayer instead of all this loudness and shouting, that's always, we have a world that's always noisy anyway. But that kind of Christmas is a gift. Sometimes the quiet, silence, peace is just a gift. It just is. So if your heart feels tired or weary or just needs some peace, imagine yourself in Woodstock, Vermont, where Christmas still feels simple. You're probably going to see some snow. It's sacred and it's sincere. Keep that sincere feeling. Woodstock doesn't just decorate for Christmas, it lives it there. And it's beautiful this time of year. Again, I personally have never been there, but I always wanted to go. And one day I will get there. I don't know what part, but I will get there. I will. What has Raymond said? I got, let's see, right here. Yes, they are full of mountains. Yes, especially in the Poconos. Absolutely. Now I'm really jealous, honey. You went to the Poconos. Yeah, that's what I've always heard. Honey, I always had good taste since I was a child. That's where I always wanted to go. I don't know where I'll ever end up at, but I will go there. I will. And it may seem silly to some, but that's just my simple dream. I don't have to be elaborate and go, I want to go all out to, I don't know, even Aruba seems kind of silly to me, but sorry, no offense. I just like simple things. I just like simple things. But this town doesn't rush. It don't. It just wants you to breathe. They breathe. Christmas is not loud and it is peaceful. That makes a difference. It makes a real big difference. So if your heart feels like you want to go there, go there. Keep that feeling. Get that memory. There's nothing else in this world that we can do except make memories. That's all we're going to carry with us. No material stuff. I personally have not been there, but I read a lot on it. I always wanted to go. In fact, I don't know why. I have no reason why. But that's been my dream since I've been a little girl, especially to the Poconos. I dreamed of going to Vermont, and I would sit there and think about it over and over again. So if you live there, go there. Definitely think of Smiley. Definitely think of Smiley, honey. Every winter, they say Woodstock, though, slows down just long enough for you to hear the sound of those hooves in the street and see the wagon rides all through the town and watch the snow settle. There's nothing, and I bet Raymond saw that in New York too. There's no, but we all probably have downtown Nashville, but it's so busy. But I would just love to see those horses and see a little snowfall and those little country buildings and stuff. I don't know. I'm just crazy like that. No, I'm not, because it's not crazy. But Christmas there, they say, feels personal. They gather for parades with their wagons. They hang their wreaths with care. And it's not a competition. It's not the famous covered bridge dressed in evergreen or the red ribbon, but it's kind of all the stuff. And it just reminds you of traditions, and traditions are meant to be protected and not replaced. Again, where did we lose all that from? Woodstock Christmas isn't about being loud, it's about being present. It's warmth, it's cold air, all that stuff. It's what makes it beautiful. Some people can't see the beauty in things. I can. If you ever need a reminder of an old-fashioned heart-centered Christmas and what it looks like, I guess Woodstock, Vermont is waiting on you. No matter where you are, though, no matter if you're in a little town, an unknown town, a small town, a huge town, big city lights, one thing's for sure. Christmas is coming less than 24 hours, ready or not. And it should be the same everywhere. Filled with love, happiness, hope, family, friends. Make them memories. That's what matters. Don't sweat the small stuff. Hold tight to what's real. And always, always remember the reason for the season. Above all else, never forget the reason for the season. I think some have and some do and some just don't believe, and that's okay. But if this time feels joyful for you, I'm thankful. If it feels heavy for you, just know you're not alone. And if someone you love is missing from the table, they're still carried in your heart, and they're still there with you. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Carry on with whatever it is you're doing. I appreciate you. I'm going to play this one more song because I have it pulled up and because I want to and I can. I'm smiling. So, all I want for Christmas is you to all be happy. Smiley loves you. Don't ever, ever forget it. Y'all have the greatest day ever and be blessed with your families. I'll see you. I'll see you in the streets, YouTube streets, that is. YouTube streets, that is. Y'all have a great, blessed day. Thank you for being here and spending your time with me.